took the word right out of my mouth because I was about to say I'll go with the flow.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have a specific objective. I did have some visions and some, ideas. I think that's important. People need ideas, or if they have goals, I keep it more, how can I say it, more fluid in a way where I have a goal, but then you also have that journey is really important. You can have so many different side paths, and I love exploring. So you just don't know where when your side paths will take you. But then it could lead to nowhere. It could lead to something fantastic. And then eventually you'll come back onto the main path and go towards your main goal. But I never really had been one for, I suppose, tick boxes, or I didn't set out to say, right, I'm going to climb the highest mountain on every continent. It just happened because I was leading expeditions or working with all. So it just happens by chance, paid to do that as part of my work. But eventually I'd done all them. So I never really set out to do something like that. And same with a lot of things, things like Everest as a child, and I grew up and it had a certain magic to it because I used to read about Everest and hear the stories. And it was, as you know, it was a British expedition which first summited, but by two amazing people, Norgay Sherpa and Simon Hillary, who weren't British, but part of the expedition. That was great, having a real fusion of a mixture of people in that expedition. And I just thought, oh, it'd be nice, but I wasn't really fixated. It just seemed to happen. I just, in a way, I had it from early age, a nice vision, but then thought, it's probably realistic, but it's a nice idea. But then let's see how it goes along, and then not become too obsessed. And you just chip away, gain experience. And then it somehow just happened without really me thinking, right, I'm going to climb Everest one day.
Yeah, I think it's such an interesting way of looking at it, because that's probably where I've fallen down a little bit over the last, I'm 30 now, probably most of my 20s I spent being quite strict with my goal setting and saying, I want to achieve this and achieve that. Even with the podcast, I want to get to this many listeners and this many downloads and all that kind of stuff. And it weighs down on me quite a lot because you feel like you're not achieving what you want to achieve. What you said there just speaks to that really well for me. And it's kind of a light bulb moment of actually just have it in the back of your mind that one day you'd like to have a podcast that's, got this many followers, or you'd like to stand on top of Everest, but go with the flow a bit more and not be so kind of fixated on the goal. I think that's probably where I've fallen down, is being too focused on it. Would you agree with just be a bit more relaxed about it?
Because I think it's important. You've got to live in the moment. That's what some people, it's good to have these goals, but if they become too fixated, they actually don't live in the moment. They'll always be looking ahead and not being present in the moment and seeing what they've got, what they've got right now.